Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Nia Bia TV. If you're new here, I'm Nia, and if you can tell by the title, I'm going to be explaining my knotless videos. I have about 2 or 3 up. Thank you guys for getting my first knotless video to 1 million views. But I'm just going to explain certain things because I get a lot of the same questions. Some questions I have answered already, but I'm just going to explain everything and slow it down because I did get some comments about how, YouTubers don't explain all the way. So I just want to explain today and help you guys achieve this style better. So let's get into it. So first of all, you want to always put jam or a really good edge control that you know doesn't flake or turn white. You want to put it on your part and go over it with your comb. This will make sure that your parts are really crisp and clean and neat. Every time I get a new client or a compliment, it's always about how neat my braids are. And this is like a key thing to do to get your braids the neatest, okay? I always like to do 3 parts in the back. So basically you can just say 3 blocks. So you know in your head, okay, those are 3 parts I need to do in the back of my head. Always do 3. I've only ever done 2 with that heart part knotless braid video. Okay, y'all, so in each block section, you want to divide it into 3 parts. And you want to feed in the hair, borrowing it from your other hand. I don't know if you left-handed or right-handed, it really don't matter. You just want to braid down regularly and borrow hair. Now, the thicker your hair is, the less hair you have to add. So if you have thin hair, you want to add bigger pieces of the braiding hair. I always get this question about how many times do you braid down, how many times do you add hair. It really just depends on the thickness, how thick you want your braid to be, and how thick your hair is. I always start with at least adding 2 or 3 pieces. The first 2 should be they should be the same amount. And then the third piece should be a little bit smaller. I feel like the best way to say this is you're going to feel each of the 3 strands in your braid should feel even. So if one side feels smaller or thinner, you need to add more hair. Like, that's the only way I can say it. It's not a certain number or anything. I initially feed in hair 3 times at the start of the braid. After that, it just depends on how that braid feels. By squeezing that braid in here, that's how you can tell whether you need to add some more hair. And it's all about gripping. Have a good grip so that it's not too loose, because knotless braids are, they're a bit looser than the regular box braids because it just starts off with your real hair. Take pictures. A lot of people ask me, how did I see the back of my head? My phone was propped up on my ring light like I would regularly record. In this mirror in front of me, I could see my phone, like it was facing the front camera, so I could see myself in the camera, and that's how I was able to see. This mirror on the side is really not doing nothing for me, but yeah. And you just want to keep doing the same thing. Add it in here. Keep braiding down regularly. A lot of people ask me, where did I get the wooden braiding rack in the back of this video that you see with the hair on? And personally, I recommend that you search in Amazon, search steel sewing rack or sewing holder, something like that. But type in steel, because I feel like these wooden racks, they cost almost like $30 to $40, and they break so easily. Like, this one I had, all of them that I had break within a week. They're very cheap. But the steel one that I had, it came in 2 in a pack, and it has been great. It hasn't broken down or anything. So I recommend looking that up on Amazon. Steel braiding rack, steel sewing rack, something like that. Look that up. You won't regret it. I had about 5 rows in my head, I believe, and about 26 or 27 braids in all. For the most part, I like to stack my braids on top of each other like brick parts. I'm using Expressions braiding hair, and I'm either using the 42-inch or the 52-inch. In all of my knotless videos, it's either the 42-inch or the 52, or it's a combination of both because I usually just use whatever leftover hair that I have. So that's why you'll see sometimes it'll be like a mixture of color 1 or color 1B. So that's why I never really know for sure. And I always just knot my braids at the end. I just tie it in a regular knot and I dip it in some really hot boiling water. For that, I use the instant teapot. You can get that off of Amazon too, or you can get it from Walmart, Target, whatever, and it just heats up really fast. So like I said, I use the Expressions pre-stretched braiding hair, the one that has three bundles in the one pack. And usually I use about 4 to 5 packs of hair. I use mousse. I'll link everything down below that I use, all the products that I use. But I really hope that I answered all the questions that you might have had about knotless braids. Knotless braids, like I said, they don't last as long as regular box braids, but they look so natural. They look like they could be your real hair because starting off with your real hair. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for any of those new braiders out there. Just know it will get better. Your timing will get better. Your technique will get better. You'll see what works for you. You know, everything just gets better with time. The more that you do something, the easier it becomes. It becomes second nature. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this. And I'll see y'all in my next video.